it's been a while, and I apologize for that. I've had my period for a whole month, and I'm gonna blame it on that. I just saw Bodies, 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 and this is gonna be another Jules Rambles video. But this one is cozy because it's at a different angle, and I have my weighted dinosaur with me. And I'm also very tired, so I'm gonna be talking slow and I'm gonna probably be making no sense. But I did want to just get my thoughts out there, and I wanted to do a review, but like this is a talking movie. This is a movie that you have to like talk about because at least to me, there are so many layers. But how I took it is right now, I saw a movie I think 2 hours ago and I'm still thinking about it. I took it as a real reflection of the women in our generation, in Gen Z, and the oversaturation of true crime and its consequences. And also, obviously it comments a lot about privilege. You know, they're all rich women, and oh yeah, spoilers. This review will contain spoilers, but it's gonna be in the title. My friend Livy made a really good point. The first thing I want to talk about is the overplaying the victim card that almost all the women in this movie do, and how it is especially a habit for wealthy women, for privileged wealthy women, to play this victim card. They will make their business known so that they can justify their behavior. This is proven true when B, who is the only one who is not a rich girl, she's the outsider in this group. What? No. She's the only one in this group that is not wealthy. In fact, she's unemployed at the moment. She opens up to her girlfriend about her mother having borderline personality disorder and having to quit her job to take care of her. But she didn't want to say that to her girlfriend because she didn't want to disappoint her. She pretended she had a job this whole time. As a woman who is lower class, working class, we have more of a suck it up mentality because we think no one cares. We think nobody cares about that. Nobody wants our sob story. It's not gonna get us money. We all thought that B was the killer because she was the most secretive about her issues. She was the one that didn't want to advertise her mental illness, her trauma, her baggage on a huge screen like all the other girls did. And obviously that reflects a lot of TikTok culture these days. I know I'm a broken record with the female manipulator, femcel, Lana Del Rey, cigarette waif, Virgin Suicides girls, but it's true. How we started to treat mental illness as a personality trait and as a shield. We can get away with things if we're mentally ill because mentally ill is who we are. It's not just who we are, it is also our image. And what these girls advertise to each other is very mentally ill behavior. They're all cokeheads, they're all very insecure and toxic with each other. This leads into my next point, that Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is a perfect satirization of true crime culture. I think a lot of women, both millennials and Gen Z, are deeply saturated in true crime. I'm sorry I'm saying the word saturated so much. It's like 11 at night and I can't think of any other big word. Obviously, it's mainly women into it because I think a lot of women are sincerely looking for ways to protect themselves and ways to be more vigilant and more careful. But I do think that there is a morbid curiosity that plays into the notion of true crime as entertainment. There's a LARPing aspect to it. Like, there's that adrenaline kick, And if you enjoy it too much, you suddenly want to be at a crime scene. And I think, even though none of the characters say much about like a true crime podcast or documentary or whatever, they are Gen Z women. It's literally, all of us have had that phase, I feel like. Whether it was one documentary or years of content. Do you see how almost excited they were to point the finger at each other? To be the detective and the executioner. Because that's a fantasy at that point. It's fulfilling a fantasy that has been sold to them by these beauty YouTubers and these mukbang YouTubers and these podcasters. Spoilers again. I know a lot of people had issue with the ending because like they wanted like a real killer. I thought it was perfect because it just reiterates how much they wanted this to happen. They wanted everything that went on to happen. Even if they didn't know it, they had that hatred, they had that desire to be a part of a crime scene. Even if it came at the sacrifice of their friends who weren't really their friends anyway. When they were checking whose phone had service, if they checked David's phone, none of this would have happened because they would have seen the video of him trying to make a TikTok with a machete and they would have seen how he died. But they didn't. Their first instinct was to point the finger. And I think that speaks to a lot of our collective distrust and paranoia that the true crime craze sold to us on a silver platter. Even in your best friend group, there is no sense of community, there is no sense of trust, there is no sense of I've got your back. It's I got you. Do you know what I mean? The movie does such a good job of like even like scenes where a body is found, it's like, see, I told you I wasn't this, or like see, I told you that wasn't that. And they're constantly pointing fingers at each other while people are dying in front of them. And none of them have this like emotional collapse, except for B, who is again the outsider of the group. There is a scene where she is locked out in the rain and her own girlfriend doesn't even come to her defense because her own girlfriend doesn't even trust her. The whole movie is essentially arguments, finger pointing, and you did this, you did that, but you must have done this because you did that, and you must have done this because you did that. Why are you bringing that up? That happened so long ago. It's a time capsule for the immense inhumanity and distrust that we have toward each other. How devoid of empathy I think we are. I think the internet especially has made us so ingrained in apathy and in cynicism especially. This movie is full of cynicism and cynical women and having absolutely no faith in each other. It feels like a mirror to the shit that I see online. The nihilistic feminist movement has taken over. There is no optimistic feminism anymore. There is no optimistic feminism. There is no hope for us. I'm burping up Sour Patch watermelons. Why did I do that? We need to love each other because love is all we got. We need to trust each other because that trust is all we got. And we need to have each other's backs. And this isn't me saying like trust any stranger. I'm not saying that. I mean, do you really trust your best friend? Do you really, really know your best friend? And I'm not trying to make you paranoid. I'm trying to encourage you to trust your best friend and to know your best friend. And if this isn't somebody you want to trust or somebody you want to know, then why are you friends? I think girls feel a lot of pressure to stay in toxic friend groups because they feel like they'll never find anyone else, and they feel like I think some of us like that sort of constant competition that we have with like this one girl or whatever, but you mature and you get real people as friends who will not die to prove a point. Anyway, I think that's it. I'm sorry if this was like so incoherent and probably didn't make sense. I'm just uploading this so I have like a semi-regular upload schedule. And I did want to ramble about this a little bit. So hopefully video essay soon. I'm not sure about the Stranger Things one. It's so hard to write. It'll either be probably be about Neil Gaiman. Have the boys one that I'm thinking about. But see ya.